Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is MakeupWakeupCroatia. I'm also known as Rina, that is my name, and here we talk about fashion, beauty and lifestyle. Today I wanted to talk about new releases of makeup and let's call it like my MP's top or flop, also known as would I buy it? It's also known as anti-haul, and I have to give credits to Kimberly Clark. She's the one that originated these kinds of videos, and I will link her channel down below. So I want to give too much makeup products in this video. I will just talk about the most talked and tell you what is my opinion. First one is definitely Jeffree Star's cremated palette. I won't get into the controversy because I really think that it's obvious that makeup is done months prior to its release date. I also think we all know Jeffree Star kind of humor, and also it couldn't be pushed to be released later because it is makeup, it expires. I think that is everything that needs to be said on this subject. However, regarding the palettes itself and whole collection, I never tried Jeffree Star's product, but I would really like to because I heard he has a great formula. I would like to try his Jawbreaker palette, any kind of version, small, big, doesn't matter. I would like to try his concealer. I heard it has great coverage, and his setting powder is said to be very good. Of course, liquid lipsticks. Actually, I had one. Formula is great. I wasn't really happy with the color, so I gave it to my friend. But I would love to try different colors from his liquid lipsticks line. However, this palette is disappointed is a hard word. There's a lot of people who enjoy that palette, but for me, it is very repetitive. I get the color scheme. I get that he wanted to do something different for this spring season because everyone does pastel colors, and he decided to go on totally different route with blacks, grays and whites. But I think that could have been a 12 pen palette, or it could have some duochrome colors that shift with some more vibrant colors but have black or white base. I think it could have been done a more interestingly is not the word, a more fun. It could have been a more fun palette. I also don't agree with his constant saying it is goth. I think he missed the goth mark with his last royal purple, or however it's called, palette. I think that could have been a very good goth palette, but there are some colors that I think he could have done better. Nonetheless, I would enjoy to try that palette. I think that he should have combined this one and the previous one, and then he would maybe create some kind of goth palette. So I'm really not very really impressed with this cremated palette. Lip glosses are just weird. Hear me out. I know he does weird colors, that is great, but even on the model, which has beautiful lips, we all know those pictures are heavily photoshopped because her lines are not, she doesn't have those natural lines with lips. And even on that kind of picture, it looks horrendous for me. I know aesthetics is in eye of the beholder, and beauty is a different subject for everyone, but those are just ugly. I mean, I don't think he needed to do 3 different clear gray lip glosses. I think that is really unnecessary, and if he wanted to go on that route, he could have done liquid lipsticks or even cream lipsticks. That would be bullet lipsticks with some kind of dark gray base and maybe some purple or silver, not glitter, but you know, that iridescence, not metallic. I think this was a great opportunity to create a new lipstick formula which would be bump, but it is a missed opportunity. Next release is a new Naked palette from Urban Decay. Ultraviolet it's called, and I know it got a bit of a backlash that people are not impressed. I, however, would really like to try it because I think it has a nice balance. I think that the Naked line is really not naked anymore. I know that people are not happy because of the name, and I have to agree they could have done a different line. They could just leave Naked where it is, behind, give it place to shine. It is an OG line of products, but we could have moved on from it. However, I think it is a really nicely curated palette. I like the purples in it. I like the marketing shot, the photograph of the model, and it is really interesting palette. I would really like to try that. The next one is Lady Gaga's new palette, so House Lab's new palette. I have seen very split opinions. I'm not getting it side because it is half warm, half blue, not even cool tone, but blue. What I have a problem with majority of these palettes is I think some colors are better as mattes and some colors are better as shimmers or glitters. It really makes a difference how the light hits, what are you trying to achieve with that color, and I think that a lot of makeup brands miss that mark. Also, I noticed in the past few months a lot of new all shimmer palettes or majority of shimmers, and I would get it if those were special shimmers, like the palette of beautiful shimmers that you will use very often, that are very unique, that are very powerful, but those are very meh shimmers. I'm very disappointed now. I am really disappointed with the lack of not even creativity but common knowledge of what looks good on the eye, in which finish and which color. So I think that this palette, I believe it is decent quality. However, I think it has missed the formulas on certain colors and it looks boring to me. I don't say that you have to make something revolutionary every time, but I believe if she made a neutral palette or all colorful palette but with bomb formula and some really stunning duochromes, that would be a much better move than doing this. It's not revolutionary, it's not neutral, it is just boring. I don't get it. I don't get. I saw the marketing images, and even though they are better than the last ones, they look really rushed. They look like, let's just put some colors that maybe resonate summer and pretend we are creative. That is the vibe I'm getting from this. Next release is Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath, I'm talking hypothetically of these brands. I'm talking if I had the money, what would I buy, what would I not buy? I heard great things about her palette, but this new one has only one color that looks like wow, spectacular, and her palettes are so expensive. I know a lot of people give a lot of crap to Natasha Denona and how expensive her palettes are. Her palettes are really giant. They have a lot of shades, they have a lot of different finishes, and I think they are curated really nicely. I haven't tried them, but I can see the creativity and the logic aspect behind them. Pat McGrath really goes basic, and I get it, it's about the formula, but this is really, I can't imagine how can this be worth the amount it is. It looks like the best thing about the palette is the packaging. I'm really not, I don't see it. I may be in the minority, but I really don't see it. So I would like say no to Pat McGrath. One release I want to really talk about is Juvia's Place. I actually own their palette, the Masquerade palette. I enjoy it really much. That is a versatile palette, and that is a palette I would recommend to anyone who wants to start in color and is iffy about will it be too colorful. It has really nice combination of colors, not too bright, not too boring. It's the perfect palette for me. So I was very excited to see this new Valhalla palette. This is very understandable to me because it has rose, and I get it. It has purple row, neutral row, orange and greenish which go good together, reddish row and bluish row. However, I think that this also has missed its mark on what should have been shimmer and what should have been matte. I get that it is easier to do purple shimmer than matte, and those purples they have done, I would maybe prefer in the shimmer format as well as the green. I don't think there is a lot of green on the market in matte formula. They have missed their mark on it, and the blue row is just a no for me. This shimmer will all look the same on your eye. So I'm not really pleased with this palette, but I would recommend Juvia's Place any day of the week because their palettes are really, I have tried one, but what I hear and from my experience, they're phenomenal, and for the price, next release I want to talk about is Morphe. Morphe has released a new Pride collection, and again I want to talk about shimmers. I mean, this also looks like it has some pressed glitters, I'm not really sure, but it is such a lackluster palette. Those shades, I can see it on the eye. It doesn't have that reflect you want to have, because the shimmer is meant to shine on your eyes. It is meant to shine, it is meant to show color in different way, and this will all look lackluster, so it is a no for me. I really like Makeup Revolution's philosophy with its affordable makeup. However, their quality can be hit or miss. I personally love their Sophie's palette. I'm wearing it on my eyes now, and I think that is a wonderful palette. But with these new releases, I'm not sure. Some are hits, some are miss. This has been done before. I think BH Cosmetics has a warm palette with pop of blue. However, it really does look nice. I like the new trend of oils for the face in different shades for different skin colors. That is beautiful. If they're hydrating, I would be willing to give them a try. However, when I see Beam Dream Illuminating Primer, I'm a bit skeptical because I haven't had any luck with their base products. I don't like their primers, I don't like that famous concealer, it is horrendous on me. So I would choose maybe a body oil, and I would choose maybe that palette for what I would maybe consider buying, but I wouldn't go with base products because I hadn't had any luck with those. this Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 4 palette. I haven't had the privilege to try original ABH palette. I heard those are wonderful, and I heard about this Norvina's palettes that the formula is a bit different. So I don't know if I had the opportunity to buy something from the brand, would it be Norvina. However, of all Norvina palettes, this one is by far the most intelligently sorted out palette, because it has neutrals, it has purples and pinks that usually people love. The shimmers they have actually look like shimmers that would be something stunning on the eye. It has that neon greenish yellow. I'm not sure about that, but it would maybe create a beautiful combination if you put that purple in the crease. However, I'm worried about the quality. But if I had the opportunity, maybe this would be the palette I would try. I like this a lot better than Jeffree Star's last Royal Blood palette. I think this has a more beautiful variation of purples than Jeffree's has, and I like the shimmer in this. So that would be actually yes. I'm keep talking and talking, and the conclusion is yes, I would purchase this palette if I had the means. What I also wanted to know from you is, do you feel the same as me regarding these, you know, formulas and shimmers and mattes? I don't feel like a lot of people are talking about what brands choose to put in a palette regarding the formulas, because I really believe that it makes a huge difference if you put the right shimmers in the palette and the right mattes in the palette. Also, I think that brands should start to make it more satin, because satin is actually matte. It is not ultra matte, it is not chalky, and I believe the transition colors, maybe complicated purple colors, should be made more in a satin formula. I just love that for an easy out of the house look, and I believe that drugstore brands have better satin eyeshadows than high-end brands. Yes, well, tell me what you think. Tell me, would you buy any of these palettes? Do you agree on some things? I hope you enjoyed this video. I love watching anti-hauls, and I think it was long due for me to make one. I hope you're good, wash your hands, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!